The Texas sun was beginning its descent, casting a warm, golden glow over the quiet countryside. A sleek, dark Tesla Model X sat motionless on the shoulder of a winding road. Next to it stood May Musk, her sophisticated attire slightly out of place in the rural setting. Her brow furrowed as she examined the flat tire, the realization settling in. She had no idea how to fix it. A slight breeze rustled the leaves, and in the distance, the distinct rumble of an old pickup truck broke the silence. The vehicle came into view, battered but functional, its engine sputtering faintly. The truck slowed to a stop a few feet away. From the driver's side emerged a tall man, his face weathered yet kind, dressed in a faded plaid shirt and jeans that had seen better days. "Ma'am, do you need some help?" he asked, his voice calm and steady, though tinged with wariness from a long day's work. May hesitated, her instincts cautioning her. But there was something disarming about his demeanor, genuine and unassuming. She nodded. "Yes, it's a flat tire, and I don't know what to do," she admitted, embarrassed. The man, Ethan Brooks, offered a reassuring smile. "Don't worry, ma'am, I've got this." Without further ado, he knelt beside the car and began inspecting the tire. As Ethan worked, his hands moved with practiced ease, loosening the bolts and assessing the damage. Despite his humble appearance, there was a quiet confidence in his actions that caught May's attention. "You seem to know what you're doing," May remarked, trying to ease her own tension with small talk. Ethan chuckled lightly, glancing up at her. "I should. I used to be a mechanic on an aircraft carrier in the Navy. Now it's second nature." May found herself intrigued. There was a depth to his voice, a mix of pride and struggle. She observed him silently for a moment, noting the wariness etched into his features, and wondered what his story was. "Do you live nearby?" she ventured, her curiosity piqued. "Just a few miles down the road," Ethan replied without looking up, focused on the task at hand. "I do odd jobs to make ends meet. It's not much, but it keeps my family afloat." May nodded thoughtfully, sensing there was more to his story. As Ethan tightened the last bolt, May couldn't contain her curiosity any longer. "You mentioned your family. What do you mean by keeping them afloat?" Ethan paused, wiping his hands on a worn rag. His gaze softened, and he spoke with quiet candor. "It's my wife, Emma. She's been seriously ill for years. The medical bills, they never stop piling up. And my son, Alex, he's incredibly talented, wants to be an automotive engineer. But he had to drop out of college to help us make ends meet." May's heart sank. She could hear the weight of his sacrifices in his words, see it in the lines on his face. "I'm sorry to hear that," she said sincerely. "It must be so difficult for all of you." Ethan shrugged modestly. "We do what we have to. Alex doesn't complain, but I know it eats at him. Every night he sketches designs for cars he dreams of building. I just wish I could do more to help him chase that dream." May fell silent, her mind racing. She saw the deep love and resilience in Ethan's eyes, a father doing everything he could for his family. The tire fixed, Ethan stood and gave it one last inspection. "All set, ma'am. You're good to go." "Thank you," May said, her voice tinged with admiration. She reached for her bag, pulling out a few bills. "Please, let me give you something for your time." Ethan held up a hand, shaking his head firmly. "No need, ma'am. I didn't stop to get paid. I stopped because it was the right thing to do." May stared at him, momentarily stunned by his humility. As Ethan climbed into his truck and drove off, the image of him, tired yet selfless, lingered in her mind. She whispered to herself, "A man like that deserves so much more." Her resolve firm, May pulled out her phone and made a call. "Elon," she began, "I just met someone you need to know about." Later that evening, May Musk sat in her hotel room, gazing out at the vast Texas horizon. The encounter with Ethan lingered in her thoughts. She couldn't shake the image of his calloused hands, the quiet dignity in his voice, and the glimmer of pride when he spoke of his son's talent. Picking up her phone, she dialed her son's number. After a few rings, Elon Musk's familiar voice greeted her, tinged with curiosity. "Mom, everything okay?" "Yes, Elon, everything's fine," May replied. "But I met someone today, a man named Ethan Brooks. He helped me with a flat tire. He's a simple man, but his story, it's extraordinary. He's been sacrificing everything for his family, especially for his son, Alex, who dreams of designing cars." Elon paused on the other end, intrigued by his mother's uncharacteristically emotional tone. "Designing cars, you say?" "Yes," May continued, her voice firm. This young man had to give up school to support his family. But from what I've heard, he's talented, brilliant even. You should meet them, Elon. This family deserves a chance. Elon chuckled softly. You've got a way of finding these remarkable people, Mom. Send me the details and I'll see what I can do. May smiled, knowing her son well enough to recognize genuine interest. You won't regret it, she said before hanging up. With her resolve renewed, May began drafting an email to Ethan, explaining who she was and how her son might be able to help. A week later, Ethan sat at the worn wooden table in his modest kitchen. The room was filled with the faint hum of a coffee maker and the sound of Alex sketching furiously on a sheet of paper. His designs were intricate, each line brimming with creativity and precision. Ethan's phone buzzed, pulling him from his thoughts. The screen displayed an unfamiliar number. Hesitating for a moment, he answered. Hello, Mr. Brooks. This is May Musk, came a familiar voice, instantly bringing back the memory of the woman with the flat tire. Oh, Mrs. Musk, good to hear from you, Ethan replied, his tone polite but cautious. I hope I'm not intruding, May said. But I wanted to tell you something exciting. I mentioned your story to my son, Elon. He's very interested in meeting you and Alex. He thinks Alex's talent might have potential, and he wants to discuss some opportunities. Ethan was stunned. Your son, Elon Musk, he asked, disbelief in his voice. Yes, May confirmed, her tone warm. He's arranging for both of you to visit SpaceX headquarters next week. He'd like to hear more about Alex's designs and see his work firsthand. Ethan struggled to process the information. He glanced at Alex, who had stopped sketching and was looking at him curiously. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Ethan finally managed. You don't have to say anything, Ethan, May replied. Just be ready. This could be a life-changing opportunity. After the call ended, Ethan turned to Alex, his voice trembling with emotion. Son, you won't believe this, but Elon Musk wants to meet us. He's interested in your designs. Alex's eyes widened, and a spark of hope lit up his face. Are you serious, Dad? This could change everything. Ethan nodded, his heart swelling with a mix of pride and disbelief. The days leading up to their trip to SpaceX were a whirlwind of preparation. Ethan and Alex pored over Alex's sketches, refining the designs and organizing them into a portfolio. Despite their excitement, there was an underlying nervousness. They were stepping into a world far removed from their own. Emma, though bedridden, shared in their anticipation. Her eyes shone with pride as she held Alex's hand. This is your chance, sweetheart. Show them what you can do, she whispered, her voice filled with unwavering faith in her son. Ethan, ever practical, worried about the logistics. They couldn't afford new clothes for the trip, but Alex assured him, it's not about how we look, Dad. It's about what I can show them. The night before their departure, Ethan stayed up late, silently praying for strength and guidance. He knew this opportunity was as fragile as it was monumental. We're ready, he told himself, looking at Alex's neatly packed sketches. No matter what happens, we'll give it everything we've got. When the day finally arrived, they climbed into Ethan's aging pickup truck, their nerves overshadowed by a cautious optimism. As they drove towards an uncertain future, they felt the weight of their journey and the immense possibilities that lay ahead. Ethan and Alex arrived at the SpaceX headquarters, a sprawling campus of innovation and ambition. The gleaming metallic rockets towering in the distance contrasted starkly with the weathered pickup truck they had driven. As they stepped out, both father and son exchanged nervous glances. I've never seen anything like this, Alex whispered, clutching his portfolio tightly. His eyes darted from one sleek building to the next, overwhelmed yet exhilarated. A young assistant greeted them at the entrance. Mr. Brooks? Alex? Welcome to SpaceX. I'll take you to meet Mr. Musk. Her tone was friendly but professional, putting them at ease as she led them through hallways alive with the hum of invention. As they walked, Alex noticed engineers working on intricate designs and prototypes. Every corner of the building seemed like a glimpse into the future. For the first time, he felt his dreams might fit into this extraordinary world. When they reached a large, minimalist conference room, Elon Musk was waiting for them, dressed casually but exuding an aura of purpose. He stood and extended his hand, his smile genuine. Ethan, Alex, it's good to finally meet you. Ethan shook Elon's hand, feeling a mix of awe and gratitude. Thank you for giving us this chance, Mr. Musk. Please call me Elon, he said, turning to Alex. And you must be the young designer I've heard so much about. Let's see what you've got. Alex swallowed hard, then opened his portfolio. He spread the sketches across the table, his hands trembling slightly. As Elon leaned in to examine the designs, the room fell silent. Elon studied Alex's sketches intently. His eyes scanned the detailed designs, lingering on the innovative curves of a concept car that seemed both futuristic and practical. This, Elon finally said, pointing to a particular sketch, is brilliant. The aerodynamics, the efficiency, you've thought this through. Alex's face lit up with pride. I've been working on it for years, he admitted. I didn't have the resources to test anything, but I read everything I could find about engineering and design. Elon nodded, clearly impressed. You've got the eye of an artist and the mind of an engineer. That's rare. Tell me, what inspired these designs? Alex hesitated, then said, Growing up, we didn't have much. I wanted to design a car that people like my family could afford, but would still be innovative and efficient. Something that could change lives. Ethan watched as Elon's expression shifted, his admiration deepening. Alex, Elon said, leaning back in his chair, you have the potential to make an impact. I want to help you take this to the next level. Alex could hardly believe what he was hearing. Do you mean? Yes, Elon interrupted, smiling. I want you to join our internship program. You'll have access to our resources, and you can learn from some of the best engineers in the world. We'll also provide support for your education, so you can refine your skills even further. Ethan's throat tightened with emotion as he reached for Alex's shoulder. You've earned this, son, he said, his voice thick. Alex, overwhelmed, managed a shaky smile. Thank you, Mr. Musk, Elon. I promise I won't let you down. Elon's gaze was steady and encouraging. I believe you, Alex, and trust me, this is just the beginning. The following weeks were a whirlwind for Alex. The internship at SpaceX was a dream come true, but it also presented challenges he'd never faced. Surrounded by some of the brightest minds in the industry, Alex initially felt out of place, but his determination and his innate talent quickly set him apart. He spent long hours in the design labs, pouring his heart into projects. With each passing day, he gained confidence and respect from his colleagues. Engineers who once dismissed him as an outsider began seeking his input on complex problems. Back at home, Ethan kept Emma updated on Alex's progress. Though she was still battling her illness, hearing about her son's achievements gave her strength. He's doing it, Emma, Ethan would say, his voice filled with pride. He's proving that hard work and talent can change everything. One evening, Alex called home, his excitement palpable even over the phone. Dad, you won't believe this, he began. Elon personally reviewed my latest design. He said it has potential for a new project Tesla's working on, a line of affordable, eco-friendly cars. Ethan was speechless. Finally, he said, I always knew you'd make it, Alex. And this is just the beginning. For the first time in years, hope was no longer a distant dream for the Brooks family. It was their reality. Months turned into years, and Alex's journey with SpaceX and Tesla became a story of growth, triumph, and transformation. Not just for him, but for his family. Under Elon Musk's mentorship and the guidance of other brilliant minds, Alex's designs evolved into groundbreaking projects. His work on the affordable, eco-friendly car became a cornerstone for Tesla's expansion into accessible technology, fulfilling the very vision that had driven him since childhood. Back home, Ethan and Emma were seeing the fruits of their sacrifices. Alex's success allowed them to move into a more comfortable home and gave Emma access to better medical care. Her health improved, and though she still had to manage her condition carefully, the once heavy weight of worry and hardship had lifted. One bright spring morning, Alex invited his parents to Tesla's headquarters for the unveiling of a prototype he had led from conception to completion. It was a sleek, beautifully engineered vehicle, designed with accessibility, sustainability, and affordability in mind. Alex named it the Horizon, symbolizing the endless possibilities of perseverance and innovation. As the car was unveiled, the audience broke into applause, and Alex stepped up to the podium. He searched the crowd until his eyes found Ethan and Emma in the front row, both beaming with pride. Alex began his speech, his voice steady but full of emotion. This isn't just a car, it's a promise. A promise that no matter where you come from, dreams are worth chasing. Growing up, we didn't have much, but we had each other. My parents taught me that hard work and love can overcome anything. This is for them and for everyone who believes in building a better future." The crowd erupted in cheers, but Alex only had eyes for his parents. Ethan wiped away tears as he thought back to the long nights working at the garage, the years of struggle, and the moment they had driven cross-country to meet Elon Musk. Every sacrifice had led to this moment. After the event, Elon approached the family with a warm smile. "You must be proud," he said, shaking Ethan's hand. "We are," Ethan replied, his voice steady. "But more than proud, we're grateful. For you, for this opportunity, and for the future Alex is building." Elon turned to Alex. "This is just the beginning," he said. "Keep dreaming big." Later that evening, the family sat together, reminiscing over dinner. The burdens of the past had melted away, replaced by hope and joy. Alex, now a symbol of resilience and determination, looked at his parents with deep gratitude. "If it weren't for you two," he said softly, "I wouldn't be here. This isn't just my success, it's ours." Ethan raised his glass, his voice filled with emotion. "To family," he said, "and to every horizon yet to come." The clinking of glasses marked not just the end of a chapter, but the beginning of an extraordinary legacy. A legacy built on love, hard work, and the unyielding belief that dreams, no matter how distant, are always worth pursuing. This story of Alex and his family reminds us of the extraordinary power of kindness, perseverance, and hope. A chance encounter on a rural road in Texas changed not only the course of one family's life, but inspired a ripple effect that touched countless others. It all began with a simple act of generosity, a father's selflessness to stop and help a stranger in need. In return, that moment of humanity unlocked doors that Alex and his family could never have imagined. From hardship to triumph, their journey demonstrates that even the smallest gestures can spark profound change. Through the Carter family story, we see the true essence of resilience, the ability to rise despite adversity, to dream despite challenges, and to build a future despite the odds. It's a tale that speaks to the heart of what connects us all, the potential to make the world better, one act of compassion at a time. As Alex and his family embraced their new lives, their story became more than a tale of success. It became a testament to the idea that our greatest rewards often come from helping others. And for everyone who reads their story, it leaves a simple but profound message. The kindness you give today could be the spark that changes someone's life tomorrow. So never underestimate the power of your actions. Who knows? The next life transformed could be your own. Thank you for taking the time to hear this heartwarming story of kindness, resilience, and the power of human connection. We hope Alex's journey and the transformative help from May Musk and her son Elon inspired you as much as it inspired us. If this story moved you, we'd be thrilled if you could share it with your friends and loved ones. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting and inspirational stories like this one. Your support means everything to us, and it helps us continue bringing meaningful content to you. Together, let's spread positivity, one story at a time. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.